Hi, fourth graders. So when we're adding fractions and mixed numbers, as long as the denominators are the same in both of the fractions or mixed numbers, then the process is pretty straightforward unless we have to do some regrouping. So I'm going to show you an example of when we're adding mixed numbers and we have to regroup. So let's go through the easy part first. We know that when we add fractions, we're going to add the two numerators together. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. And I'll write it down there. And then we know that we also need to add the whole numbers together. So 2 plus 3 again equals 5. Now, if the denominators are already the same, the denominator is going to stay the same. We say that a lot in my class. The denominator stays the same. So now I have a mixed number. It says 5 and 5/4, but something's wrong. That's right. You probably noticed that this fraction here, the numerator is greater than the denominator. We call that an improper fraction. So this mixed number has an improper fraction in it, and we can't write it that way. We can't have our answer that way. It is improper, and we need to make it proper. So in order to convert an improper fraction to a mixed number, we have to set up a division problem. Remember, we put the biggest number, the number that's in the numerator, we put it in the dividend. We put it inside the box. And then can you think about what number would be in the divisor here? That's right, we have a 4 there. Okay, so we've set up our division problem, 5 divided by 4. So now you're just going through your long division steps. 4 goes into 5 one time. So we write our 1 up there. Mom, multiply 1 times 4 equals 4. Sister, subtract 5 minus 4 equals 1. And then because we're trying to change it into a mixed number, after we compare, cat compare, yes, 1 is less than 4, we don't write a remainder in like we normally have. There's nothing for brother to bring down. Instead, we take this remainder and we bring it up to the numerator position. And that's where a lot of fourth graders get confused. It's really hard to remember where to put that 1. Think about it as it needs to hop as high as it can go. So it needs to get all the way to the top of that mixed number into the numerator position. So now I have 1 is my whole number and 1, and then I'll put my little fraction line here. How do I remember what my denominator is? Well, your denominator is your divisor over here, so you could remember that it's here. Or you could just look back and we could repeat again, the denominator stays the same. Remember, as long as we're working with fractions and mixed numbers that have the same denominator, when we're adding and subtracting, those denominators stay the same. So I'm going to put the 4 there because I see, oh yeah, 4 is the denominator in this problem. Another common mistake here is that fourth graders will have this as the answer, 1 and 1/4. If I would write that as my answer, what would I be forgetting? Ooh, that's right. My original answer was 5 and 5/4. So if I would just put in 1 and 1/4, it would be completely leaving out this whole number 5, which would not be accurate. It wouldn't be the correct number. So what I have to do is I have to take this 5 and add it to my new mixed number. So it might look complicated, but it really isn't. You're just taking the 5 and adding it to the whole number 1. So 5 plus 1 equals 6. So I like to do a little equal sign down here, and I write my 6. And then here, you still need to bring your fraction down. So basically, it's like 5 plus 1 and 1/4 equals 6 and 1/4. If you think about it that way, that might make a little bit more sense. So now I have a new answer. These are actually equivalent, but the reason that I had to change it was because this was not written correctly. It was an improper fraction. You would never be able to submit that as a correct answer, so you always have to change it. Some processes call this simplifying the fraction. Even though you're not reducing anything, you're simplifying it, you're putting it into its correct form.